Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Pavlov, and I would like to welcome you to our webinar. Over the next 45 minutes, we will talk about something that's becoming a real frustration for finance leaders around the world. And that's the question of why so many AI projects promise a lot during a POC stage, but never actually deliver any real ROI. According to research conducted by McKinsey, Gartner, and MIT, as many as 90 to 95% of AI projects end up failing. And that is a staggering number, to be honest. And today, I'll discuss why this happens and how to build a practical framework that can help to ensure success. And most importantly, as part of our conversation, we will also show a real use case. I'm very excited about this, a demo of how finance leaders can benefit from AI by improving the efficiency of their work. With me today is Yuri, a machine learning and AI expert. And Yuri, before we go forward, before we start, could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, glad to be here, Nick. This is a critical conversation. I'm looking forward to it. About myself, I started doing data projects back in the 2000s. I have over a decade experience with the data and AI.
I wanted to first, start with addressing what's on everybody's mind, right? Why so many AI projects in finance, and not only in finance, but everywhere really, end up failing to scale beyond pilot. And from your experience, let's define what pilot purgatory is and what does it look like in real companies that you have seen?
Yeah, that's the central question, Nick. The phenomenon called pilot purgatory. This is where promising experiments, a new dashboard, a neat model were created in a demo but fail to scale. They die on the vine without delivering any measurable enterprise value.
If we try to connect this to the role of a finance leader, right, of a CFO, for example, what has changed or what is changing about how finance leaders should today, in this day and age, think about AI?
Well, the thing is, many of the CFOs are looking back at the headcount. The idea to improve efficiency is to make operational efficiency by reducing the headcount. But that's not the thing with AI. With AI, you should look into how can you really transform your model and get more horsepower under the hood.
What are some of the main reasons why we're seeing, so much failure of AI projects? Bad data? Is it something else?
Okay. In my experience, I would point out there are three basic reasons. The first one is the KPIs. So basically, as many organizations, they just link the success KPI to the number of pilot projects run and tested and showing success signs. The other major driver of the fall is the data. Many organizations have their data not ready for AI projects. And the third one is the lack of accountability. So there is no one person responsible for the success of the particular AI initiative.
And when everyone's in it, then nobody is really responsible, right? If it's everybody's responsibility, that's nobody's responsibility. That's I think how the saying goes. Let's move on to a little bit of a practical terms here. You have outlined a three-part framework here for escaping or trying to escape pilot purgatory. And can you please walk us through this and what are the three parts of it and how each of them is important?
Okay, let's go through. So the first one is value hypothesis. So start with a business goal tied to financial impact. Instead of just saying, let's do this thing and this could really look nice, we should say, let's increase the efficiency of the process by 30%. And then you assign one person accountable for that business goal. So The idea is to put the value hypothesis first. So it all comes from the business. The next part is data readiness. So you really have to have all data sources available with clean data that is ready for analysis. And the third part is operated solution. You should find use cases where AI could be really a driver of change and increased value.
So in other words, if it's not being used in everyday work, if it's isolated from the real daily work, then it's not going to scale and it's just going to be a pilot.
Definitely, definitely. If there is no team ownership on those tasks performed by AI, then it's going to be on the shelf forever.
Yeah, yeah. And the point number two that you said about data readiness, I mean, this I sound like a broken record. I've been talking about it a lot. I talk about it today. I spoke about it 5 years ago. It, we all, I mean, we're coming back to the same issue again: data readiness, right? If you do not have data, if your data is not ready, clean, connected, then that's it. AI is just going to amplify your chaos.
Exactly. Garbage in, garbage out, as we say. Uh,
I like that saying. Yeah. Mhm.
Not only that, you have to collect all the data which might help you make better decisions, but
Mhm.
also you have to keep them in a format and in a place ready for AI. That's
Right.
a very critical point. There are
Mhm.
so many articles on the internet about that, and I think we don't want to repeat ourselves how important it is.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's put theory aside for now and let's see in action a little demo that you have prepared. Why don't we start with explaining on a high level what it does, what you need for a setup, and then see how finance leaders could greatly benefit from using a solution like this.
So let me share my screen first. Can you see it now?
All right. Yeah, I'm going to remove our slide and then I am going to add your screen on stage. And then I'm going to put our faces down here. I'm seeing a Power BI report.
Okay. Yeah. To begin with, let's look at this Power BI report built on some sample database data set. You have to employ an analyst to really get some insights and some ideas that you need to explore right now. You could employ a copilot. You could ask certain questions, but Copilot is good to a point because it can't really process very large amounts of data. So it can summarize, but it can't really come to the root cause because of its lack of processing capacity. So what we are going to demonstrate is an intelligent chatbot based on this sample data set.
While you're switching your screens, I just wanted to reiterate again that this solution can connect to any data source. I can have Azure SQL, I can have a data warehouse, I could have even on-prem, right? If I wanted to. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are three tiers to the system. You could have it isolated, running on your laptop. You could have it
Right.
local, integrated with a local LLM, and you could have it in the cloud. We have
Mhm.
three tiers of the solution.
And the front end, the chat box could really be either a chat box or in your demo, I think you're going to demonstrate a terminal. And the interface itself could also be customized and embedded into various reporting tools, right? Including Power BI or even Tableau or even Excel, right?
Definitely, it could be anything. First of
Mhm.
all, it could be a voice interface. You could converse with the chatbot in your natural voice using a secure messenger, for example.
Mm.
You could also get some visualization as photos on the messenger. But you
Mm.
could also have something more of an enterprise system where you uh, generate those reports on the fly for any platform there is. So Nick, you're absolutely right. It's highly customizable, and really the limit is your imagination.
I'm putting back a screen. Okay.
Let's take a look at what we're going to demonstrate today. It's a CFO agent. It's an intelligent agent capable of answering complex matters based on the financial data. So how it works? First, it connects to your data sources. It translates the data structures. It creates an internal schema. Then it could understand you. So you pose a question in your natural language, and then it translates it into SQL queries and provides the answer and the evidence. And additionally, if you like, it could also generate a visualization. Key features: it's secure and private, it's capable of running on your own laptop, it's nearly instant answers. For complex queries it could be minutes, but for very easy ones it's just seconds. For the current demo, we have a version capable of answering this predefined list of questions because it's totally local. It doesn't employ any LLM, so any data leakage is out of the question. Let's fire it up. So here we have our CFO agent in this 80s style terminal window. Maybe some of you remember those snow planes, telnet chat rooms, but it's a little bit like that. So I have a set of questions to copy. So let's start with the easy one. What are my top 5 salt products by quantity? Just a no-brainer.
You're typing in a question in natural language, okay? And this interface is going to go back into the back end and transform the English language or whatever language, human language, into a whole bunch of SQL statements under the hood.
Exactly. We could either use an LLM to transform it, or if we have a predefined set of questions, we could use regular expressions to interpret, to get the parameters from those questions and transform those into SQL statement. And then if you need a brief summary, we could also use an LLM, a locally deployed LLM, or a business LLM. I mean, there's no limit. So so far we got an answer. So here is a list of top 5 products by quantity. And we also have a chart saved to this file name. We could also see it. Here it is.
And if I'm using a reporting tool like Power BI, for example, will it create it in Power BI, or it will create an image file?
Totally, it can create in Power BI. You could also have a button like summary. It could be totally integrated into the Power BI. Here you may see that's the on-the-fly visualization.
I'm assuming that I could probably customize that. The colors, I can have my corporate colors, my logo, and everything, right? That's possible.
Totally. The engine is totally customizable. You could do whatever you like. It could be any neat looking app as you like.
Perfect. All right, go
ahead. Here goes another question. Who are my top salespeople?
When you have that table in there, there's also a description, right? If you go up a little bit.
Definitely. There is a brief narrative. Definitely. So we have here a question. The recognized intent. So that's the function fired up on this request. And we have a short narrative, which could be expanded using the LLM. The most sold products by quantity is AWC logo cap with 5,903 units sold. That's what we have. So the next question was, who are my top salespeople? And the intent: recognized sales by salesperson. Narrative: the top salesperson is 282 Johnny Little with over 10 millions in revenue. You see, and it's all
Mhm.
processing on my laptop, no external
Right.
connection. So all the
Right.
data sits here. Uh,
Mhm.
no data
Mhm.
breaches.
People are scared of AI hallucinating and coming up with nonsense. Now, how to ensure that if I'm asking a question and this solution cannot answer to it, can it tell me that it cannot answer to it directly? Or I'm
Yeah.
just scared that it will start hallucinating if it doesn't have the answer.
Okay, there are actually two protection mechanisms. The first one, the system is deeply rooted into the data it is dealing with. So if there is no underlying data to support certain financial conclusion, it says, I don't have enough data, and we'll see it in the demo. On some questions, it's got no supporting data, so it says, I don't know. And the second mechanism
Ah,
is the
good.
human in the loop. So basically, we have logs of what SQL queries have been run, and an
Mhm.
analyst could look through it, ensure it is sound, the analysis is correct, and then there is no place for hallucinations here because we're only dealing with the financial data we are supplied, and we don't invent things. We don't. I would say
Mhm.
in the basic scenario, we even don't use an LLM.
Perfect. So that means, as an analyst, I will still have my job because I will be checking the SQL statements to ensure that it's correct.
Not only that, you would also be tasked to come up with more complex queries, come up with a strategy, and answer more complex questions that the current generation of the CFO agent can't answer. So you are safe, Nick. You are safe.
Oh, that's really good to know. Thanks. I was a little worried.
So let's fire a $1 million question, which is why is the gross margin so low? Okay, so
So
it's cranking up. Uh, if you have any other questions, let's discuss.
yeah, that's a complex. That's probably will be a lot of joins there and where clauses. Probably a complex statement there for the engine to calculate, right? Are there any limitations in terms
Definitely,
of
definitely.
performance? Yeah.
The root cause analysis takes a lot of compute, but there is only 50,000 data points, so it mustn't be too bad. But
Mhm.
in case of real data sets, it could take a while. But it's only limited by the processing power of my laptop. I mean, if it's in the cloud, it's seconds.
Again, right? I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I am, because this goes back to data, to your data sets.
Important thing is to clean the data because it's totally messy.
Yeah, this is the test. I believe it's Contoso Worldwide Importers Microsoft dataset.
It's very messy. The columns could have synonyms and they're not consistent, but basically it's this garbage. And
What if I'm using not exactly the same words as I should? For example, I could call bicycles or cycling devices. Like, how can I use synonyms? And what if I have teams from other different parts of the world that are using different terms for the same thing? How can I ensure that we are all talking about the same thing? How does the solution will understand that?
it could be solved via LLM. Actually, LLM could help us. It mustn't be an advanced one. Uh, it could be a small local one, but LLM is the perfect solution for this kind of problems.
So it will understand different synonyms and understand what to pull.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, not everything. It's not a, I mean, miracle. But some cases could be solved automatically or semi-automatically using local cloud LLM.
All right.
Definitely.
Well, while we're waiting for this, let's talk about security a little bit. Can you re-emphasize that the data that I'm using isn't leaking anywhere? That the numbers, the revenues. This is a very sensitive data that I'm putting in here, and I think a lot of people are very interested in security.
As far as this scenario, it's all local. It's on my laptop. It's not using any external network connection. But when it comes to the enterprise deployments, when you have your data sources located on corporate service, your security teams can handle this. So no silver bullet here. I mean,
Mhm.
it's all the security protocols that are normally used in your company that can prevent
Mhm.
this data leakage to the outside.
Can I also audit data? Can I? I think you said that. Can I see who did what? If I am a finance leader, can I see who added what, who asked which questions, and what is the audit here?
Yeah, it's totally auditable. So we have all traces stored in the database, and we could actually retrieve uh, all the steps of the way.
Right. What if I wanted to create like another scenario? Can I duplicate a data set, for example, and then imagine what my forecast could be, or like see different versions of what could happen in the future with my data set?
Yeah, definitely. Scenario analysis is part of the CFO office job. So definitely, it's what the agent is capable of.
If I wanted to start tomorrow, what are the first three steps for me to do if I want this solution?
Okay, the first, this value hypothesis, as I have already outlined, the idea is to set straight business goal you want to achieve. The second step is to have someone, either your internal specialist or a consulting company, to audit what you have, to audit your data if you're ready for that, and so on and so forth. Then you have to assign one exact person who is responsible for the delivery of this project. And I think these are three first major steps you have to do.
How long will it take approximately? I mean, obviously it depends on my data and everything, a lot of different things, but on average.
It's 12 weeks. Everyone says 12 weeks, and it proves to be the case given our experience with our customers. So if there is more scope to the project, it goes up. If it's less, it goes down. But the average, the mean one is 12 weeks. I'm
Results
sorry
now.
to interrupt you guys. We have results. So here we have the answer to the question: why is the gross margin so low? We have this 1.3% revenue GP on 77.5 million. It's very low. We have the list of bottom products by gross margin. We have bottom resellers. We have bottom regions. We see the Australia is generating a lot of red. We have also this visualized, so we could take a look. Top 10 margin offenders products by gross profit.
So it have calculated everything, and then the narrative is also there, right? So for example, if I need to report to my CFO, where is the message that I can take?
This version is not connected to an LLM, but where it connected, we could do this. We could send it to an LLM.
Oh, just put it to ChatGPT and it will build whatever slides, narrative, description,
That definitely,
whatever I want.
definitely. And here we go. It could be a copilot, but it could be integrated under the hood into the agent. So
Mhm. So it could be in one platform, so I don't have to
here we are.
move from one place to another
Uh,
place.
Definitely, definitely. The only thing is
Wow.
this security concern that you don't have to
Mhm.
do it with the private information of the public LLM. So you'd better have it locally deployed or probably a corporate subscription to this Copilot, which Microsoft guarantees not to reveal to any other third party. So basically, here it's a perfect narrative, product level margin analysis. We have resale level margin analysis. We have regional margin performance and interpretation. So everything what you need, even more than that.
This was a demo, what's possible. Obviously, the real solution is a lot more complex. A reporting tool, you said it could be anything. It could be Power BI, it could be Tableau, maybe some other tools. As long as you have clean data, you have governance, then you're pretty much good to go. And you said that on average, this takes 12 weeks. Obviously, depends on
Yeah,
the scope, depends on this, the state of your data. So that's all important. Now, I always like to, when we talk about AI, one question I always ask is how the role of a data analyst or the role of a data engineer, how is this going to change, and whether we will get to keep our jobs.
definitely, definitely. The quick question is every task is going up the ladder. So basically, you
Mhm.
free up some time that you would use on everyday by day tasks to something more creative. But the other thing, the statistics show that every new agent creates for other jobs. Basically, there are disruptions, of course. Certain roles come and go, but in the long run, everything will be all right. And it is up to the leadership of countries and companies to cope with these short-term disruptions. And definitely to cope with those is possible.
Right. I mean, this is an amazing tool. I think it has a potential to be a game changer and a help for CFO, for any finance leader. And I just wanted to say that our teams at Centida, we help finance teams to deliver solutions like this. We focus on measurable ROI. Like Yuri said, on average, it's 12 weeks, depending on the scope. So we can help, reach out to us if you have any further questions. We can turn your AI pilots into operational value. I put a slide with our contact information, and we'll be happy to answer more questions if needed. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Yuri, you have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you later.